Welcome back, NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. So today we're gonna listen to some amazing musicians here requested by RG. And we have Jack DeJohnnette, we have Pat Metheny, we have Herbie Hancock, which I had the pleasure of seeing live the other year, last year with Alexia and her dad. And also Dave Holland. We're gonna do Shadow Dance. This is a live version. And give me just 1 second. I mean, I already have it pulled up. Give me a minute. Okay, so this is in 1990. And all these musicians except Pat Metheny had all played with Miles Davis in the past. So also one thing to notice here that Pat Metheny is using his Roland guitar to imitate that beautiful trumpet sound that he does. So actually, the other day I was talking about when we did the Ride of Strings on the Patreon. Lexi was like, "Who's playing that flute?" And I was like, "No, that's Aldi Meola actually using a MIDI device through his guitar, so he can play the guitar, but it also sounds like a flute at the same time." And she was just blown away. So I'll show her this video, of course, so she knows what we're talking about. Okay, so without further ado, I got the screen pulled up now. And let's go. Thank you so much, RG, for this. Also, everyone, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It does help us a lot. And if you would like to request a song, you can do that in the description below. Thank you so much and enjoy the video. Here we go. He plays with just so much ease and control.
Please welcome on the bass, Dave Holland.
Ooh, yeah. Dave Holland has also played a lot with Alan Holdsworth in the past. They're just having fun.
On piano and keyboards, Herbie Hancock.
we saw him live. It's unreal. Look at him. I'm gonna post some videos of him from that concert.
Please welcome on guitar, Pat Metheny.
There's the famous guitar. Wow, man. Sounds like a trumpet. It's insane. Yeah, what I don't understand is why did Alan Holdsworth never use this, I mean, equipment, you know? Because he was so into sax that he wanted to make his guitar sound like a sax, and he did in a way, but he never used like this kind of like, I mean, he did use the syntax. That sounds amazing. And I've never seen Pat Metheny play the syntax, so I guess everybody had their own little, you know, toy to make their music reality. I mean, of course, Pat Metheny is highly influenced by Miles Davis, and Alan Holdsworth was highly influenced by John Coltrane, and also vice versa, of course. But unfortunately, they never played together. I don't know why. Not that I know of, but I think not. But what a feast! What a great. This whole ensemble is just insane. I mean, Herbie Hancock, Dave Holland, Jack DeJohnnette, which I've seen a lot of times with Pat Metheny, and then just like Pat Metheny. And this is a Dave Holland composition. Amazing. Let's continue. Herbie is just, he's a monster. Improvisation. Look at him, I mean. just amazing. I mean, the musicianship is just off the charts. All these players are just on a level that is ridiculous, basically. I mean, just like David Holland, just like boom, 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 the bass walk, beautifully just played his composition. I mean, Pat Metheny beautifully played this his special two guitars. This improvisation by Herbie was just amazing. I mean, his speed is just unmatched. I love that when we saw him live, he was also talking about sitting in for Chick Corea a lot when he played with Miles. They would just like kind of like switch between, but they both have such great compositions. Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea, it's amazing. And Jack on the drums, such an accomplished player. I mean, all these guys are just tier one, tier like ultimates tier. And this is 30 years ago. I mean, it's only gotten better. I mean, we saw Herbie Hancock a year ago, and he was just amazing. He had a violinist, guitar player, drummer. Really great here in downtown Denver. Really, really beautiful. Thank you so much, RG, for this. We're going to continue with the marathon. I'll load up the video and I'll be right back in about 1 second. All right, so this is the second part of the marathon from RG. This is Mike Keneally, and I remember Mike Keneally personally from when I bought the G3 with Eric Johnson, Joe Satriani, and Steve Vai. He backed up Steve Vai on the second guitar, and he was wearing a giant hat. Beautiful player, and also, of course, one of Frank Zappa's guitar players. He was one of the last of Frank Zappa's guitar players. But you will see here in this video, there's a few notes that RG left me. So we have let's see, we have Brian Beller of the Aristocrats and Markham Miniman. We've seen some videos of Markham Miniman. I didn't really remember his name, but I know he's from Germany, and he's with the Aristocrats as well as Brian Beller. And both of them toured with Joe Satriani, while Guthrie, who was the guitar player of the Aristocrats, was touring with Hans Zimmer, the composer who I mean, Hans Zimmer has given us such great music for movies like Interstellar, the older Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, even As Good as It Gets. I mean, you can hear him in a lot of stuff if you go back to the 90s. He has composed such great scores. I mean, he's just a master, just as good as John Williams, as from my taste. Even if I might say even not a little bit better, because he's just more, there's more variety, like movies, Black Hawk Down, beautifully scored, just amazing, this guy. Yeah, so this is the video here, my Keneally Band. The song is called Kedgeree at the Bakin, Kedgeree Bacon, okay, at the Potato. So I've seen lots of concerts at the Potato, even Holtzworth. So here we go with that one, and let's have some fun. This is a shorter video, but nevertheless, this is going to be amazing. Here we go. Thank you so much again, RG, for this. This is a dream. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mike.
Keneally, okay. So it's just the bass player from the Aristocrats, not Marco. playing keyboards and guitar at the same time, of course. And singing. Yeah, that guy is insane. Mike Keneally. I thought it was always Mike Keneally, but well, you know, Mike Keneally, he's a monster because, I mean, look at him. He's playing guitar, he's singing, he's playing guitar and piano at the same time, and then he switches even between the finger picking. I mean, that's insane. He's like a musical machine. I love seeing him again here because, and he looks great, by the way. Like, he's, I don't know when this was, but I mean, he looks a little bit older, but he looks way better. He looks thinner. He looks like he's taking care of himself. He looks great. I'm very happy for him. I mean, compared to the '95 concert G3 with Steve Vai. He's just a musical monster. Everybody is here. Two guitar players backing him up, one drummer and one bassist. What a great tune. Really cool. Really cool. Oops, what happened? There you go. Wow. Wow. Jesus Christ. That was the warm up, yeah. 2011. So yeah, this is, I mean, this guy is insane because he's literally on the same level as all the guys he's played with. Like, he is on the level of Satriani and Steve Vai, and I don't know, Guthrie is just a special case because he's such an incredible, like, technical guitar player. But I mean, just as a composer, I think he's right there. I mean, you can't, I don't want to like underrate him or anything. Because he's already underrated, because he should be way more successful and more famous. But that's the problem. But even with Guthrie, he's like this amazing musician, and he's like, well, I mean, Hans Zimmer hired him. But I mean, it's a lot. It's that it happens with a lot of guitar players, and they're so good, but they're just like not even that well known because they're not mainstream. That's the problem with being a virtuoso. Like even Satriani to this day, I'm sure is a maybe not struggling, but he's not Joe Bonamassa, even though he's way, I mean, more technical. And now I don't want to discredit Joe Bonamassa because he's amazing, but I mean, you have to between guitar players and who is who, we know who are the top players and who are just normal players. I mean, there's like players who are amazing, like what's his name, oh boy, man, I can't remember his name right now. The guy, he just writes beautiful like ballads and very commercial, but he's also a monster improviser. And the only thing the only thing I know is that he dated a lot of movie stars. What's his name? Man, let me just look it up real quick. If I would only remember. He is a good friend of the comedian, what's his name, Dave Chappelle. Maybe that rings a bell. John Mayer. There you go, John Mayer. John Mayer, for example, he's a master guitar player, and he does gets the recognition. But why? Because he also does more commercial. He sings, he has hits on the radio. So that's a guy who, for example, he is very successful, but he also plays the guitar like these guys. top notch. There was this video where he basically plays with ZZ Top, and Slash is on the video, and man, that was not a good look for Slash, because of Slash, I mean, Guns N' Roses fame and everything, and so ZZ Top are playing Lagrange, and then suddenly like Slash starts playing his solo, and then comes like this kid, you know, like in tennis shoes, and he has like a shirt on. I mean, Slash is wearing his hat and it's full of leather and he looks like a rock star. And then, you know, John Mayer goes up on stage with these tennis shoes, and he looks like a guy from that you see in a mall, you know, buying like a frisbee or something. And he takes his guitar and he just like shreds him to like he literally outplayed Slash, but so like bad, you know, bad. So there you saw like that this guy who doesn't even look like a guitar player or like a rock star, he out-rocked Slash in like 3 minutes, you know. So it's all about, you know, school and being, you know, it's not about being a rock star, it's about being a musician. And that's what a lot of rock stars don't really like get. And I just saw, and I used to love Guns N' Roses, don't get me wrong, but I saw this interview also by Axl Rose, and he was saying, this was back like in 80, 83 or something, when they were like on the top, I think it was 88. And he's like, the interview says like, so do you have anything in common with your bands tonight that you're playing with? He was playing with Kiss and Iron Maiden, and he's like, I hope not. And I was like, wow, what a douche. And I'm like, what do you mean? Well, I mean, it's just like a political thing, and I don't know. Also, Megadeth was playing, so they were very political. I don't know if it was that, but it's like, so do you have anything in common with Iron Maiden? And he's like, well, no, I never want to be like them. I can't believe it. And then now look, Iron Maiden is still at the top. They're still recording, and Slash and Guns N' Roses have been irrelevant basically for the last 25 years. So, you know, sometimes you have to be more humble to get to where you want to get, you know. I mean, Iron Maiden are still literally filling out stadiums. I'm going to go see them September 17th, and they're going to play all like classic tunes, you know, all like the first 5 albums. So I can't wait. But yeah, sometimes you have to be humble, and some rock stars just don't get it, and they burn out way too quickly. And Axl Rose is one of the examples. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has an amazing voice, he's an amazing performer, but yeah, I mean, but going back to guitar players, this was beautiful. I mean, Keneally, we had Pat Metheny. We had all these great jazz musicians. This was more rock, but I mean, the guy just shredded away. He sings, he finger picks, he solos. He was playing arpeggios, tapping, playing the piano at the same time. I mean, what a musician. Everybody else is great too. This was great. Thank you so much, RG, for this marathon, for this rock jazz fusion marathon. This was great. I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know in the comment section what you thought. Who's your favorite guitar player of all the bunch? And let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Take care.